우리는 지금 뭐 있지 우리. 열심입니다. 시작하시죠. Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I'd welcome you all to and thank you all for joining us at our 5th International Editorial Meeting of CMH. I'm here with Editor-in-Chief Professor Won Kim. I'll be moderating this meeting. So to start off, we'll hear an opening speech from Professor Yoon-Jun Kim, who is our Editor-in-Chief Emeritus and current Council President. Professor Kim?
Good day, my dearest colleagues. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend the CMH International Editorial Board meeting. I'm Yoon-Jun Kim from Seoul National University, the president of the board of directors of Korean Association for the Study of the Liver. From 2016 to 2019, I had the honor of serving as the editor-in-chief of CMH. First and foremost, I would like to sincerely congratulate CMH on its unprecedented achievement this year. With an impact factor of 16.9, CMH has now become the highest ranked medical journal in Korea and 6th in the global gastroenterology and hepatology category. This is truly a historic moment for all of us. I'm deeply grateful for your support above all else. Even more meaningful is that this achievement comes in the 30th anniversary year of CASR. It reflects the culmination of 3 decades.
There was a slight problem in the link.
I believe today's program offers valuable opportunity to discuss how we can move forward together. CASR will continue to support CMH and its editorial board. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Kim. Now let's move on to another opening speech. We hear from Professor Seung-Up Kim, who was our immediate past editor-in-chief. Professor Kim, please.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you for having me here today. I'm Seung-Up Kim from Yonsei University, and I also had the honor of serving as the editor-in-chief of CMH from 2020 to 2023. Let me begin by congratulating the journal for its outstanding achievement. As Professor Kim already mentioned, CMH has reached an impact factor of 16.9, and it is indeed a major milestone in its journey toward becoming a world-leading journal. This is a result of your tireless contribution and editorial excellence. Thank you again for your valuable time. I look forward to our productive and inspiring discussion today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Kim. So before we go into the main agenda, we'll take a group photo. So we'll take a snapshot of the people here. So could you turn on your screens? So we'll take it in 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, thank you. So let's move on to our main agenda. So there are 5 agendas. First, introduction of new editorial board members. Second, present status and future direction of CMH. Third, review of our past meeting. Fourth, open discussion for strategies to improve the quality and citations of CMH. And we'll end with awards for outstanding contributors to CMH and Lucky Draw. So moving on to the first agenda. We are very privileged to have new editorial board members. We have 4 section editors, two section editors and 2 statistical editors. First, in the liver biology section, we have Professor Antonio Bertoletti of Singapore, Professor Valerie Chu of Singapore, and 2 distinguished statistical editors, Professor Wester from Sweden, and Professor Terry Yip from Hong Kong. So we'd like to hear brief remarks from 3 editors who are with us today. Professor Chu.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Thank you for having me on board, and I will try my best to improve the journal quality and work together with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Chu. Next, Professor Wester.
Hello, everyone. I'm also very honored to have become a statistical editor of the journal, and I'm looking forward to working with you, all of you.
Thank you, Professor Wester. And Professor Yip, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Terry Yip from Hong Kong. So thank you very much for having me here. And I'm really grateful to be one of the statistical editor of CMH. And I'm sure that besides the impact factor, I'm sure that CMH is now a top tier journal from the standard of the statistics that I can see from the peer review. So yeah, I look forward to more and more good manuscript published in CMH. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Yip, for your kind words. Let's move on. So we have also here Professor Won Kim, who's our current editor-in-chief, to give us brief remarks on the present and future of CMH. Professor Kim, please.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to participate in the CMH International Editorial Board meeting. I'm Won Kim, editor-in-chief of CMH, and I'm truly honored to be part of this achievement. This extraordinary achievement is a testament to your dedication and efforts. Let me extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you. But this is not the destination, rather it's a new beginning. We now face the important task of maintaining and enhancing this momentum. We are also preparing for a major website renewal to enhance accessibility and digital contents, as well as looking for ways to better cope with the journal systems that use artificial intelligence for reviewing the manuscripts. Today's meeting will focus on how to foster global participation in CMH, to expand the scholarly output by encouraging number of high-quality research articles, and to strengthen the position of the CMH as a high-impact journal. The opinions you shared last year greatly contributed to our growth, and I believe that this discussion we will have today will prompt yet another growth of CMH. Let us make this meeting a valuable opportunity to share our excellence for the future. Thank you again for your support and insights.
Thank you very much, Professor Kim. So let's look at the acceptance rate of this year and last year. If we compare 2024, which is last year, to 2023, you can see that submission of research papers has almost doubled to 828. And this year it has increased even more. So acceptance rate is about 5%-ish in 2023 and 2024. But because we have increased submissions, it has decreased even more to 4.7% so far this year. And we look at the detailed metrics, you can see on the right side, desk rejection was 54% last year, and it has decreased to 44% this year. I think it suggests we have more high-quality journal submission to CMH. And last year if we add desk rejection to reject after review, it's about 75%, and still 2/3 of the manuscripts are rejected at desk or after review. If you look at the table below, time to first decision of all manuscripts and original articles has dramatically decreased even more, to 8.3 days to 5.7 days, and 6.8 days to 4.7 days. This is thanks to all your efforts, and especially our editor-in-chief is doing a great job. So could you give a big round of applause for our editor-in-chief, please? So let's move on to next slide. If you look at the highly cited papers in 2024, we had majority guidelines and review in 2023, but you can see that original articles, a majority of articles which were highly cited last year. Next slide. And thanks to all your efforts, we have managed to reach 16.9 journal impact factor, which was released at June this year. We have managed to remain at 6th place in all journals of gastroenterology and hepatology field. And thank you again for this. And we'll go to review the previous meeting. This is a photo from our previous meeting. So at the previous meeting, we were suggested to publish timely, newsworthy topics. Second, introduction of one snapshots to summarize cutting-edge topics. Increase in original articles in translation and basic research, not only clinical research. Increase focus on recruiting high-quality papers globally. And finally, setting guidelines for AI tools like ChatGPT. So we'll show you how we try to give you the feedback. So to publish timely, newsworthy topics, we have published a CASL guideline for non-invasive testing for liver disease, a systematic analysis related to the topic. Next, we have published a guideline, CASL 2025 Massive Clinical Practice Guidelines. Next slide, please. And we have published 3 snapshots on cutting-edge topics such as gut-liver axis and mast cell across women's reproductive lifespan and issues. So these are the graphic abstracts related to the snapshots. And we have tried to increase publication of translational and basic research, not only clinical researches. So we have tried to publish more and more translational basic research, but with high quality. And to recruit high-quality papers globally, thanks to Professor Judong Yang, he gave us a review on the recent advances in the management of HCC. And Professor Ng Nguyen gave us a global instance of adverse clinical events in non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And these 2 articles were very much cited. So thank you to all the members who have given us good advice to recruit high-quality papers globally, and Professor especially Judong Yang and Professor Ng Nguyen will publish such good articles. And we have set guidelines for authors using AI tools, and we have posted it in the website. And we have some suggestions from our editors that our website was a little outdated. So we have conducted a survey on CMH website renewal, and respondents were 25 international researchers. Although we had overall website satisfaction rate of 84%, we were trying to focus on those 16% who said it was either fair or poor. And to summarize the survey results, our priority action plans will be on improving visual design and layout, mobile responsiveness, high impact content visibility, improvement in navigation structure, and we'll work on that and give you as we proceed. So we'll go into the open discussion. I'd like to ask 2 of our newly invited editors to give impression or overall assessment of CMH from international board members. So first we'll start off with Professor Wester, please.
Thank you. Well, first of all, as somebody already said, I'm very impressed by the recent rise in the impact factor of the journal. And I'm very honored to have been invited as a statistical editor. This is the first time I'm an editor for a scientific journal, so I'm quite new to this. And I've only reviewed 3 papers for the journal so far, but my impression is that it has worked very smoothly. So I have actually no comments on or suggestions for how to improve that. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. So Professor Yip, do you have any impression or overall assessment or anything to say in CMH?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you so much again for inviting me as a stat reviewer. And I just joined a few months ago, so I also didn't really peer review a lot of manuscript, but I think my observation just aligned with the metrics that has been shown just now. So actually, I myself can feel that it's become more and more difficult to get a manuscript being published in CMH journal. So I can understand it now through the acceptance rate. And I think all the manuscript, if it is sent out for review, they already really receive very rigorous peer review. So I can see from the reviewer comments that they are really high quality. usually quite long indeed. So they really really very in detail for the manuscript. So, and I think I also read from the issues of CMH recently that I can see more and more global submissions, because my original impression is that more articles are coming from Korea, but actually the things is changing now. So I can see a lot of global submission, be it translational based and also clinical papers now. So I understand it is because of a good recruitment of the authors from the AEs. And I think this also implied a positive trajectory that I can see, so a growing influence of the journals. So you can attract more and more submission from the global. And I also want to comment that the peer review process is really fast. So I can see the numbers now, so only less than 7 days. So honestly, I also sometimes receive the automatic reminder from the journal that I should review my manuscript. So yeah, I now know the speed of the journal, so I can keep up with the speed and the requirement of the journals. And I think from the editorial board, in total, there is 5 statistical editors. So I think this is impressive, because I think this number can guarantee that some important manuscript, for example, like RCT, like meta-analysis, or some large observational study that we need statistical review, would be having at least one statistical editors that can have a look first to ensure the rigor of the statistics before it's sent out for deciding whether it's accept or reject. So finally, I think it has been so far a very good experience being a statistical editor here. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again to statistical editors. We are trying to increase the number of statistical editors so that we do not give too much loading to you. And what Terry has told me is maybe we can remain fast response and improve infrastructure so we can attract global papers, is right?
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Christine. So let's move on to our next topic. We have a lot of topics, we'll move on fast. So the second topic is strategies to enhance journal quality and metrics. So we have impact factor, field weighted citation index, SJR, site score, and beyond. And we would like to first ask Professor Nishida.
Hi, I'm Nishida from Kinda University. So thank you for inviting me here. And as you know, the CMH is already a decent journal, so I'd like to express a lot of respect to the ATL board members for their effort and ideas. And as you know, it's also already have a high impact factor. So currently, I think as I remember already, it might be beneficial to prioritize a paper on the topic that is highly citable. For example, the metabolic liver disease and liver cancers, because in this field there is a lot of new agents developing, and some of them are already approved. So it might draw a lot of interest to the readers. So, and actually, if there is some website community such as Medscope or something like that, it might be better to introduce a highly cited paper for that website community. Thank you very much.
So using website community and publishing maybe controversial, new, up-to-date topics.
Yeah, I think so, because I sometimes check such a website. So.
Okay, thank you, Professor Nishida. Next, we'll ask Professor Torrance Lee.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm Terrence from Hong Kong. First of all, I would like to express my greatest congratulations to the continuous success of the CMH. And I believe that the impact factor is quite good. And then for further improve this the impact factor or the quality of this paper, first of all, I think we can invite some kind of the research articles and also the review papers from the top-notch scientists in the field, and who attending a lot of different scientific meetings. As mentioned by Professor Yip, that before I always come across a lot of the journals that are confined in Korea, but I'm also very happy to see that it's more global. It means that it's not only limited to Korea, but also in other countries, in Europe and USA. I think this is the kind of way that can build up a very good reputation of this journal. I highly encourage the editors to promote our journals and then invite some of the top scientists to contribute either from the research article or the reviews articles. And I think previously I want to see how to improve the journal. I would like to suggest to have a more stringent selection criteria for the journals. But it seems like after reading the data, it seems like the acceptance rate is less than 5%. I think it's stringent enough. I think it's quite stringent, I think. And for improving the impact factors, and I think you already have some ideas, like, for example, publish a lot of the guidelines for clinical practice for potential clinical use. I think this is a very possible way to improve or maintain the current high impact factors. And also, I think there's also other ways, as I mentioned, is very good to maintain the good reputations, to make it not a very global journal, not only limited to certain countries. And last but not the least, I also I would like to encourage the board members to attend more meetings. I believe that all the board members attend so many different kinds of meetings, especially in cancer field and also in the liver specific symposiums or meetings, and try to encourage some top scientists to contribute their papers to these journals. This is what I want to share with you today. Thank you.
So meeting with the top scientists in the field in person in global meetings and recruiting them to submit articles and maybe widening the scope of the topics and countries who are contributing our journal.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Professor Paul Cole, are you here? Professor Paul Cole.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, we can't hear you now.
Turn on your mic.
Turn on your microphone, please.
Hang on, somebody.
We can hear you.
There, someone, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, clearly.
Yep. Yeah. So anyway, congratulations. Yes, the impact factor is very impressive, and I think the metrics, again, the trajectory, I think is really impressive. And my own opinion is that many of the strategies that have been employed should be continued. However, we want to continue to improve. And so amongst the things that I think that we should do, I think to improve and drive the impact factor, high quality reviews on emerging topics in hepatology, I think is one area that I think would improve our impact factor. As an example, there just is a simple example in MASH. There's much evidence now that the amount of alcohol that one contributes, that one drinks, contributes substantially to the fibrosis progression. And Met ALD, MASH, and alcohol-associated liver disease, I think, are topics that the journal should continue continue to emphasize. In addition, I also think highly cited practice guidances are also important, and I think this is something that is also important. We're entering the era also where novel therapeutics for liver disease are starting to emerge. We just had our first therapy approved for MASH a few years ago, and I think something as these therapies evolve toward Asia, Korea, that I think reviews on some of these novel therapies, I think, is something that will also help, particularly to assist clinicians in how to use these therapies as they enter practice. Now, with regard to other topics that I think are important, we've discussed many of these, but I think that also improving and reporting on clinical trials from Asia, I think, is another area that I think would be important, particularly perhaps you could even create a track where clinical trials could be prioritized for us as well here, because trials, when you complete a clinical trial, getting it published is becoming more and more challenging, albeit our impact factor is, the acceptance rate is quite low. On the other hand, the ability to turn the paper around very quickly, either as acceptance or rejection, I think is highly desirable for people who are trying to get their clinical trials published. And I think that's something that should be emphasized.
The publication of new clinical trials and emerging topics such as new nomenclature and new therapeutics. Okay, thank you very much, Professor Cole. So does any other participant and editors have any comments regarding this issue? Okay, if you have not, let's move on to the next topic. So it's similar but different. So balancing impact factor growth with publishing high quality research. So we'll focus on the quality of the research published in CMH. Professor Wong?
Hello, everyone. This is Grace Wong from Hong Kong. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Once again, I would like to thank the organizer inviting me, as well as to congratulate the editorial team. You all have been doing a wonderful job, as evidenced by the keep rising impact factor, as well as increasing the recognition of the journal. I think this means that your team has been working really hard on this, so I'm truly impressed. And I would say that, in fact, the papers accepted by the journal have been always on high quality. So that's why they have been so well cited, contribute to the impact factors. To look forward, there will be so many new things coming up. Paul has mentioned a lot of key topics. I would say that if you can spare some of the key team members in your editorial team, be the editor-in-chief or senior editors, whenever you attend some of the key international conferences, for example, the plenary sessions or some very hot, some sessions of very hot topic. In fact, your journal may be have some proactive invitation. For example, some like abstract presentation, select for plenary session, usually would be a very important topic, very timely. If you find appropriate, you may reach out to some of the team to say that, oh, maybe at the time that your abstract is would be ready for submission, you can submit to our journal, and we will prioritize the review, as well as maybe hopefully can also guarantee a high acceptance rate and so on. I think that would be one way to really attract very high quality and very timely publications. Yeah, thank you.
So finding hot topics in meetings and acting proactively to recruit those journals and maybe guarantee them a little more publication, high acceptance rate, maybe.
Yeah, at least have a chance to be peer review. I think that would be very helpful already. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Professor Joseph Lee, are you there? We don't have Professor Joseph Lee here, right here with us. Is Professor Jiagao Fan here, please?
Okay, I'm Jinggao Fan. Nice to meet you, and congratulations the great achievement of the impact factor of CMH. Regarding balance impact factor growth with publishing high quality research, my opinion is maybe we should continue to focus on translational and clinical impacts. We should encourage submissions on molecular mechanism of liver disease, novel biomarkers, precise hepatology, especially AI in liver disease diagnosis and maybe monitoring and predictor. And the second, maybe we should pay more attention to non-invasive fibrosis tests and maybe publishing more papers about MASD and MASD-related cirrhosis and HCC. The second, maybe we should continue to strict peer review and attract high-impact submissions. Maybe we should invite key opinion leaders to write reviews and submitting their original articles, especially with some hot topics. I think AI and maybe MAFD-related liver outcomes and the maybe cardiovascular, kidney, metabolic disorders. There is very important hot topics should to do. Maybe pediatric hepatology is also need to cover. And in addition, maybe we also should strengthen journal metrics without gaming the system and building long-term reputation over short-term impact gains. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Professor Tan. So stricter peer review to ultimately publish high-quality journals and recruiting key opinion leaders on top topics to build long-term reputation. Is that right?
Yes, I think maybe MASD-related liver outcomes and maybe cardiovascular, kidney, metabolic outcomes and AI in hepatology, pediatric hepatology. And clinical trials, maybe some new drugs on the clinical trials findings. We should maybe fast publishing this kind of original articles, such as the JAMA, maybe BMJ and Lancet, this kind of journals. They are publishing some phase 2 and phase 3 liver trials results.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Professor Fan. Professor Joseph Lee here? We don't have him. They're not here with us today. So any other editor has any other comments on this topic? Okay, we'll move on to the next topic. It's proposals for special issue themes for next year. So we'll start with Professor Kawaguchi.
Okay, my name is Kawaguchi from Kurume University School of Medicine. And can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, and congratulations on your great success of CMH. And then I'm very honored to be here tonight. And then think about the special issue themes for the next year. I will be choose the MET-ALD, which is on the new concept of the SLD. And then I would also choose the topic for the NILDA, non-invasive test for the liver disease. How about these themes?
So NIT and
MET-ALD.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So Professor Chudong Yang, are you here? Maybe not. So we move on to Professor Tai Chung Chen. Are you here? Okay. Professor Chu, please.
Hello, everyone. First of all, congratulations for the high impact factors, and your acceptance rate is as low as Nature journal now. So I'm extremely impressed by how difficult it is to publish in your journal. And recently, I've been to some international liver meetings, and everybody has been talking about the journal. So well done to your team, and then great job. And everyone has been talking about how high the impact factor now for the journal, and everyone wants to submit to the journal. So I think that's a good news. And I think I just want to agree with some of you guys who have spoken about going to meetings, like for our editorial board, going to meetings and talking about journals. If you ever see any presentation or unpublished data that's very promising, good data, I guess we can encourage them to submit to the journal. So I think that's one of the very good strategy to improve high quality submission to our journal. That's first thing. Second, I don't know whether it might be helpful, something for the journal team to consider, to actually have a booth in major international liver disease meeting that to publicize about the journal. And sometimes we do have a journal collaborating with the conference, like they have a booth or they have like a formal session, then they can talk about the journal and attract more submission to the journal. So that's also another thing that you could consider. And I also see that the number of submission that is clinical papers that is quite low. We have a lot of research paper, but I think the clinical papers is very attractive to have because they often have very high citations. So I think maybe because since this is a clinical and molecular hepatology paper, so we should maybe also try to enhance the clinical submission to our journal. Even though maybe it's small trials or some of these very promising papers on biomarkers, because they're often very highly cited. So that's my views on how to enhance the impact factor, or going forward to have high quality submission to the journal. In terms of teams, I have a few suggestions, and I agree with like working on MASH or method because it's still a very hot topic. Everywhere I go, I still hear a lot about these topics, and perhaps we a little bit trick of it, like a unique perspective, the Asian-centric kind of perspectives. Example, like Asian MASH could be different from Western MASH. That's kind of comparison study. We could have a team like that. And also, because I think more and more people realize that these diseases are very complicated. Some of these patients, they also have HPV or have alcohol abuse. So it's a very complex disease. So I think it could be a special team on this, and it's still a very popular team. Another thing I would suggest is currently very hot topic as well, very popular topic, is to study the connection with liver as well as another organ. So particularly brain and liver axis is very hot nowadays. So I think a few paper out in like Nature, currently they have talking about how the brain can talk to the gut. So probably also to the liver. There's some paper out there, some is in preprint, and maybe some of the topic that could also be very interesting to have. Also, that's the second. And then third will be the spatial omics, because nowadays I think with the advanced technology in basic research, we have a lot more data from spatial omics. I think, or AI approach, like one of the editor also suggested, that could also be a potential topics. Yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chu. So you're a very renowned base researcher, and you're suggesting as a translation research field, spatial omics and maybe liver to other organ axis?
Yeah, liver with brain or liver with gut, like microbiomes, that also is included in liver with gut. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Chu.
Thank you.
Does any other editor have any comments on this topic? Okay, we'll move on. So improving journals infrastructure and author editor experience. Dr. Komori, are you here with us? Maybe not. I think I saw Dr. Sukoyan. We met her in the Liver Week last month. Are you here with us today?
Yes, hello, hello, how are you?
Nice to see you again.
Okay, good to see you again, and it's very nice to see you all. And first, please let me say, one more big congratulations, because it's really, for me, especially, I'm in this family from a long time, I think 10 years or more. So I realized that I could be a witness of the growth of this fantastic journal. This is very nice to be part of this family and see how many new editors are joining, and this is really a big pleasure. So concerning this question of how to improve the infrastructure, I think it's there is a big bottleneck, not only for this journal, but also for other journals as well. I'm being editor for other big ones, and it's a big issue to get reviewers. You know, everyone experienced this big bottleneck because people is not, I mean, people is very busy outside, and it's very hard to get good reviewers and timely response. So I think we should, in a way, have the commitment of the editorial board to have 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever number of papers reviewers for the journal, because otherwise the thing is getting complicated. So it is just a way to have good reports and timely reports. Concerning the editor experience, I think that could be a good idea when the journals send the invitations to reviewers to add the name of the associate editor as well as the editor-in-chief, because sometimes people know any, associate editor, and in a way they have a compromise to say, okay, because you have a friendship or something. This is something, I don't know if it's good or bad, but we can do this in a way to say, okay, I will say yes for Grace, or yes for Polo, yes for whoever it is, and you get more people involved in the review process. Concerning the improving the journal as a whole, I think it is very hard to say something new, because I mean, all the suggestions are great and awesome indeed. But I think we have to keep the balance between having that great and terrific impact factor, but also the global presence of a journal as well. So I think still we need to improve how to get the journal in the mind of everyone, from the West particularly, meaning when someone from the other part of the world says, okay, where I will submit my paper, they should have this journal in the mind. So for doing that, I think the idea of having presence in international journals is a big one. Let me tell you a story. When I was 20 years ago, I was in a liver meeting, and I was sitting with a big bright mind in the field, and she was in the first line with all the book of the abstract book in a plenary session, taking notes of every presentation. So I asked her, say, hi, Liz, what are you doing? And she told me, I'm prioritizing the best one to, as Paul, as Grace already said, inviting these people to contribute to the journal. So I think we have many international members here, and also from the Korea Society here. We could assign a delegate, just to say, put a name in any of the journals, any of the big meetings, to say, okay, please go to the plenary and pick up some nice abstracts for inviting them. And I can tell you that this year, at least in the field of MASH, for instance, for the liver meeting, there are going to be many preclinical research concerning new drugs, new approach for therapy. And so I think it's a good idea, as Paul's mentioned, because I think at least for the preclinical studies, people can choose CMH and submit the journals here. And this is a good idea to be globally and then to increase the impact factor, because when the drug is in the phase 1 or phase 2, of course, they will go to New England or they will go to Nature. But in the preclinical, it's a good idea to have something in CMH. So we can, in a way, reinforce the presence globally, asking the editors, associate editors, to have a little task in the international meeting doing something like that. But it's just an idea to share. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Skorian. So recruiting great reviewers, even using your personal friendships. And we have many great associate editors and section editors internationally. So we are really looking forward to obtaining good reviewers. And again, moving proactively to recruit good topics, timely topics, and maybe preclinical trials. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Terai, is there something? Dr. Terai?
Okay, thank you very much, Isaac. Okay, thank you very much. My name is Shujit Terai from Niigata University. Yeah, congratulations to getting is a big impact factor. That is very good thinking. And the thinking is the infrastructure to making more strong is one of the things is to recruit it is some author it to doing is a new thing. Yeah, well organized and many people. But what next stage? What next stage to do the hepatology field is a discussing part will be many people looking for. Yeah, of course, already a clinical molecular hepatology succeeded to getting a big impact factor. But other choices in this condition to thinking is a new era of the hepatology and what direction. Of course, that was this thema is not confirming, not yet confirming, but it will be in the future, will be the new thing is to making a new field, new future, and to select it this author or this editor and to recruit it to making a new direction. Or one part is the new future of the hepatology, clinical molecular hepatology. I think that is just idea, because that is not the other part of the well organizing thing. But as I think is to making a new field is very important to making it ecosystem and others to making a step by step to making it making this history to making it many people to getting more reader to coming here to we attending the clinical molecular hepatology we can finding a new thing is a new future of the hepatology. I think is to making is this journal more strong is I think is it may be one choice I think. Thank you.
If I got you right, so to make a new future of clinical molecular hepatology, we should really move systematically, not just remain here at this stage.
Yes. I think it's very well organized, but it's systematic. But one part. Yes, to thinking and to discussing a future is, I think, is a good thing.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Terai, for your insightful comments. So, does any editor have any other comment regarding this topic? Okay, let's move on. So, I think this is the final topic for open discussion. Rewarding and supporting editors and reviewers. Professor Jia Hong Kao? He's not here. Professor Mack, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, great. I have prepared just one slide, if you can allow me to share.
Certainly.
Yep, thank you. So, do you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So I am asked to discuss how can we improve the rewarding and supporting system for editors and reviewers. So to me, I have been a reviewer for CMH for a few years and have the honor to serve CMH as the associate editor for the past year. So I think I have come up with a few points. So for our reviewers, I think some of the journals, especially the high impact factor ones, have started to disclose the reviewer names after the paper are accepted or in production stage. I think that would be able to allow our reviewers to feel recognized, especially in like high impact factor journal like CMH. So I think that would be one point that we can consider. And also potentially we can allow possible fee waiver or discount for article processing charge for open access for reviewers who have helped to review papers. So these are 2 points for reviewers. And then for the editors, I think I have come across a few episodes that I could not identify any potential reviewers for a particular topic. And I feel that we can make use of technology to help us maybe to cross-check the reviewer bank from perhaps recently published papers on potentially authors that have published on a similar topic. And then the technology or the big data or database can help to fit in the potential authors from the relevant topic to be reviewers for this for the paper. And then we can also make use of online literature to cross-check similar articles to be handled. I think we have started doing that from last year, that CMH has already arranged a high-profile meeting for the editors when we were in San Diego. I think that was really great and very well received. And we should also try to promote more on social media. And lastly, I think for editor recognition, apart from social media promotion, we can also acknowledge the contribution by giving them or awarding them with a certificate or to highlight what these editors or associate editors have done for the journal and for science. And perhaps in the journal webpage, there can be one small paragraph for each editor or associate editor on their very brief biography. And I think that can improve the sense of belonging to this journal and can help to support our editors. Thank you.
Thank you for great tips. Maybe also Won Kim, our editor-in-chief, can maybe answer to this comment.
Yeah, Dr. Mark gave us very helpful advice for CMH because, as you know, that's Nature portfolio recently decided to disclose the reviewer's name after publication of each article because it may be very transparent in the academic fields. So I think that is a very good, great idea. But I think that we need to think about this more because some reviewers are reluctant to disclose their names. So we are going to discuss this issue with our editorial board in the CMH, and then I will release our decision, our opinion, and then. And the next year advice is about the benefit from the reviewing the manuscript submitted to CMH for reviewers. I think that this is a very good way to encourage the reviewers to review our papers, our manuscripts in the CMH. So we are very actively thinking about this problem, and then I also want to give some benefits from the reviewing process to the each reviewer by waiving their ethical processing charge or a discount. That's very good idea. And for editors, yeah, the cross-checking this literature for similar article. We are maintaining the ScholarOne system for the electronic submission system. We don't have such a searching system in the Scholem system. But I think that in the Aspire submission system, they already have a very systematic systems for searching very similar to the submitted manuscripts. But I don't know. We can do that very similarly. But yeah, I need to think about this more and more. And review approval is very important. Yeah, we are expanding the review approvals for our CMH journal, but I think that it's very difficult to increase the number of the reviewers in the academic society. But I think that the very good journal should have a very strong background from the academic society, such as the CASR or the International Liver Society, because many researchers and young investigators are continuously produced from the each academic society, such as CASR or other international liver societies. So we should increase the pool of the young investigators in the field of hepatology and more. And the other things is very good advice, and I very appreciate your very good ideas. Thank you, Dr. Ma.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we know very well that all of our great editors, reviewers are very busy, but taking your time for CMH. So we'll try to meet all of your needs and suggestions with our best. So let's move on to the last section, which is awards. So before that, let me take just a brief moment to introduce the key local editorial members. So we'll start with Professor Ha. Could you say hi and say your name? Your name?
My name is Yeonjung Ha, and I'm a member of local editorial board. And thank you very much for joining us today, and looking forward to seeing you in near future in the meeting. Thank you.
Chan.
Hi, my name is Hee-Jun Jang from Seoul National University, and thank you for joining this meeting of the editors. Thank you.
My name is Hana Lee. I'm working at Chungham University and also serving as an associate editor in CMH. And it's really nice to see in our sixth meeting. And I'm really looking forward to see you in USA maybe this year. And so thank you.
So Yoon Bin Lee, you say hi.
Come here. Come here.
Hello. I'm Yoon Bin Lee, working at Seoul National University. Nice to meet you all tonight.
Thank you very much. So the best award goes to editors who handled most papers. Professor Ju Dong-yang, thank you, he handled 11 papers ready this year. And Professor Mack handled 10 papers. Thank you so much for your dedication. And editors who handled papers with full citations goes to Professor Nishida and Professor Min Yu. So more than 10 citations already this year. And we're not only thankful to the editors who handled papers with most citations or editors who handled most papers. So we'll go into a lucky draw. So we'll select 4 editors and we'll contact you personally from the editorial office. We've prepared a fair lucky draw. So the first winner is Professor Ju Dong-yang, but he has won another award, so we'll pick again. Professor Fan, congratulations. So James is not here, so
Here. No here. Oh, Terry.
Terry here. 2 more, please. Marie Curie not here, so another. Hepburn. Isaac Newton. Oh, Professor Terence Lee, congratulations. One more editor. Professor Nishida. So we'll hear final words from our editor-in-chief and I'll end the meeting.
Thank you for attending today's meeting, all of you. I think that we are moving forward to the next stage of our CMH because it's very hard to maintain our level or status of our journal, but I think that we need to change and transform our CMH journal to the better shape or better better standings. So I think that we need to increase very high quality original articles in the future. And also we are receiving more and more very good papers from the many authors in the world. So I think that we need to increase the frequency of publication of CMH because we are now publishing our CMH 4 times every year. But I think that we need to increase the frequency, such as bi-monthly or monthly. Yeah, but I think that it's very hard work for us because we should maintain our performance even though we increase the frequency of publication of CMH. And the other thing is that I always appreciate your very commitment to our CMH journal because I think that the present status of our CMH, I think that it is always thanks to your great and strong supports from your editors and all of you. So I always thanks to you your great efforts and a great commitment to our CMH. And finally, I want to see you again very soon in person in the upcoming International Liver Society meeting, such as the last year our meeting. So please keep staying with us, and I'm very looking forward to seeing you soon. Thank you for thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
See you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Person.